My name is Daryl.
My name is Robert.
And we've seen Lupin III, the Castle of Cagliostro.
Miyazaki was like, my first film is gonna be a monkey punch joint, and I respect it. Lupin III, not to be confused with the first and the second, is a gentleman, but he'll steal your heart. Don't let 1979 scare you, because the art, the music, the humor, all great. Lupin looks like Norman Osborn for no reason, and it works. The Count looks like Daryl, and everyone is Batman.
Guess who's on third? Lupe steal like Lupin III. There is honor amongst thieves, and this movie proves it. My guy's running around with 5 GTA stars and not a care in the world. It's really inspiring, actually. Makes me want to walk into a CVS and steal a Snickers bar or a box of condoms. If I could do a first anything as good as Miyazaki made his first movie, I'd be satisfied.
You know what's really funny is that definitely because of people like us is why everything's locked up in CVS now.
Yes, 100%.
But please, everybody, like and subscribe.
Please.
Guess what?
We're
on Spotify. We're on YouTube, obviously.
Yes.
Instagram, we're on everything. Please follow us. We're usually I've Seen Footage podcasts on all the socials. So check us out.
And stop being bashful. We know you watch it and don't want to tell your friends about it because you're secretly so into us and you think we're so fantastic. We do too. Just tell them about it. Don't be bashful.
It's like the restaurant you don't want to tell anybody about because then everybody's going to crash.
I love
the restaurant.
that. That's a good analogy because here it doesn't work because we need you to tell people for people to consume it.
That's facts.
Another thing that's funny.
Tell me.
Monkey Punch, very close to Donkey Punch.
Very, very close. There's definitely a position.
Some going on. I wonder which came first.
1979 is...
So a long time ago.
And
you wonder
he was
if people,
before that.
Right. Were
he
people
was like
donkey
in the
punching?
60s, I think.
Right. I brought this movie to us because I could say we're probably both Miyazaki fans to some degree. We'll get into that later, but we both love anime. I happened to catch this way later than all of the other Miyazaki movies. I just watched it like maybe during COVID.
That's
I was
usually
like,
the case though, because it's the first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I had no real context for it other than that Miyazaki did it, and I know who Lupin III is. I know the character, a little familiar. So I was like, let me throw it on. Phenomenal. I was like, this shit is dope. It's a pretty celebrated movie too, not just because it's Miyazaki. It's good. It's actually the second of the Lupin movies.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I think we didn't need too much context to jump into it. We didn't need to see the first one.
The movie starts immediately.
Yeah. Yep.
And also, I thought it was the third because Lupin the Third, and I had no context of like the character's history,
right,
and where he's from, and yada yada yada. So,
right.
But this movie's great. It's fucking fantastic. I didn't expect as a first movie for it to be this beautiful. You know what I mean?
And again, thinking about 79, we're like, damn, but you just get lost from them and being like, we're used to watching anime, and we'll talk about that now actually. And to know that in 79 they were cooking this hot is pretty insane.
This like wasn't on your radar, but it's his first feature film.
Yeah, he's a legend.
And to you, like, what is your history of anime? What's your first
let's
anime?
dig right into it. We both kind of know each other's anime. That's one of the reasons that we're close friends. We both like anime a bunch.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
And so I'm sure you know Pokemon and DBZ were integral when I was a kid. We grew up lucky enough where we got home from school, Dragon Ball was on. Dragon Ball Z was on. Toonami. Rurouni Kenshin.
I think for Americans, anime is Japanese.
And Mexicans too.
Is definitely. we grew up in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Look it up. What's interesting to me is like when you think about America and you think about the influences that it had from Japan, anime-wise. Mm-hmm. I think Pokemon is number one in the influence of America, of how they accepted and digested Pokemon.
There's a reason for that.
It was one of the first, and it's also targeted towards children.
Yeah, but it's also one of the things where it's a Nintendo product, right? So it's like, it's a means to sell their games and the Pokemon cards, you know what I mean? Which were also explosive. It helped that they had that component, like Yu-Gi-Oh! DBZ we love just because we like DBZ, but there was not necessarily a merchandise component that was as strong as Pokemon. Pokemon was not an anime. It was an anime and a game and a card game. DBZ was just working on the merit of its...
But I also think for that case, like it was like one of the first that occurred.
People don't think about this a lot, but Transformers was a show based on their toys. You know what I'm saying?
But that's how everybody has targeted like marketing. Like how do we sell this toy?
Yeah.
Like we're going to make a show, we're going to do a book, we're going to do a comic, we're going to do all that. But for us, I think the one channel that we both digested heavily heavily.
That's CN.
Was Toonami.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
anime wise.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah, Cartoon Network. I feel like I separate it. It's a different branch.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, it's its own block. Yeah, it was cooking, man.
Because it's just like Cartoon Network is like American cartoons. Toonami was literally anime. Like they
And
were
that,
just
yeah,
like all the
that fed into that early long form anime thing that's geared to, a little more towards children. From there, I graduated to Cowboy Bebop. And that changed the way I look at every single thing anime related. It was more serious. It was fun. The music, jazz music over like these fight. It was Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime, and it's a shorter form, and that's the form I prefer because you get a story in 26 episodes.
Did you check out
27
the live
episodes.
action, or you didn't even give it a light of day?
I didn't even give it. No. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like if they made, because I'm a big Naruto fan. Like I think that was one of the animes that I was consuming.
Yeah. I think about you when I think about Naruto for sure.
Like I'm 33 right now. I was consuming Naruto in middle school. Like that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like from here to now, I was watching Naruto.
Shit's long.
It's very long. It's like over 600 and something episodes, maybe more. And that's the one that, besides Naruto, and then there's Dragon Ball Z, like that's literally like the trajectory of where I went with anime.
Yeah.
I was writing Dragon Ball Z, and then I hit Naruto afterwards. And then once you get invested in those shows, you go into the past, where you're just like, what anime came out before this one?
Yeah.
Let's check out those animes.
Devilman, check that out.
Devilman, or like just to like making the lateral move from Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball.
True.
Where it's just like,
GT,
there's another one.
Yeah, I even know that up. And then, of course, I know, without belaboring it too much, we both have, for all these years, been adult consumers of anime, too. So when new shit comes out, I will say that the way I consume music is more how you consume anime, where you take more hits. You know what I mean? That's the way I think about it sometimes. And with horror movies, too. You'll put in the time to see things that you're not sure about and give it a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a little more selective. The older I get, the less I've seen. I'm not even watching an anime right now, other than JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But that's the most irregular anime of all time.
And I hate it.
Yeah. Our tastes have diverged. Over the years,
but
which is natural.
I think it should be that way. But also, to be like fair with you, I haven't given JoJo that much time. Look, I think you and me both consume. Like, if we watch the first episode, that tells us enough
100%
about what the rest of the trajectory is about.
You feel it out.
And then like you keep getting told, and then you end up getting convinced. You're like, all right, I'll give this other thing. I'll give it another try. No, I'll give it another try. If I get told by different people than I've already been told by, where you're just like, you have to watch this show, then I'll watch it. But I'm not gonna go past the first or second episode if I'm not immediately
if
like
it's not hitting,
invested.
if you're not grabbing,
because like why? Like
literally.
Especially shows are like. Some shows are like 8 episodes, but some shows are long.
Many seasons, yeah.
And why do I want... I'm not going to invest my time into that.
A lot of filler.
Yeah. But that's... Now, speaking of filler.
He loves filler.
Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, like all...
Yeah, I'll admit Dragon Ball Z, yeah.
All the hits, all the anime, One Piece, definitely want Bleach, Death Note... Actually, probably not so much Death Note.
This is why I prefer a shorter form anime, and JoJo works that way too because each season is a different era, so it actually is kind of a different anime. Mm-hmm. You get right to the point. Even if there's filler, you don't have to deal with it for more than 1 or 2 episodes because it's an arc of 26 episodes or something like that. You know what I mean? It's a shorter... Let me tell you something. Part of why I like this movie must be because I have a little bit of a past as a amateur thief.
You were stealing in middle school.
Yes.
From... mom and pop shops.
100%. From every facet of life I was stealing. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm admitting and coming out here as having been a kleptomaniac. I think I was potentially a kleptomaniac.
You were on that Winona Ryder?
Maybe.
It
was just fun.
Just
I was a little kid.
Just
Look,
the thrill of it?
This is not an endorsement of stealing, even though times are hard and shit sucks.
Times are definitely... Were they harder when you were a kid, or are they harder now?
Of course, when you're a kid, you think everything is hard. Nobody gives me money, but you're a fucking kid. So you just steal the shit that you... Yeah. So what is your history personally with theft?
I'll tell you. My name is Rob, and I've been robbed a whole lot of times. I'll tell you that much.
This guy's got bars. Talk about it.
Like...
You've been robbed, you saying?
Many times.
Oh, that's so funny.
Many, many times. My whole like elementary life was getting stolen from.
Damn, I was hitting a lot of licks in elementary school.
I got Pokemon cards stolen.
Yeah.
I got Yu-Gi-Oh cards stolen. I got a Game Boy stolen.
Damn, really?
A Game Boy stolen.
Oh, that is actually heartbreaking.
Because I never learned my lesson. People would just remember. I don't know if Cubbies exist still, but we used to have Cubbies.
True.
And I would just put all my shit in my bag and just in my cubby, just like nonchalant, whatever. And shit would be missing.
You know what? I'll humble myself too, and I'll say I was thinking I never got stolen from because I was so often doing the stealing. I'm so sorry, Mom, but she knows. But I did in middle school get my comeuppance one time. I had a CD player. I was rocking the CD player. I had a book of Jay-Z, all his CDs up to that point. And both of those things got stolen in 8th grade. And I knew exactly who it was too, and it was not going to happen to run the fade on him. It was just not going to happen.
You know what? I robbed myself because I threw out all my Pokemon cards, and they would have been so much money.
True. I've done that with comics too.
Binders.
Yeah.
Remember binders?
I do.
Card binders where you just put...
I didn't get as far as card binders, but I did have a stack. I just couldn't preserve them well, so it was not worth having them. You know what I mean?
That's why you got the binder.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of things I stole, but actually I don't want to, it would be stupid to incriminate ourselves. It's better that you gave us the humble option of being stolen from and how sad it is.
No, I'll tell you, because we both stolen from the same store across the street from MS51's.
Yeah, the corner store?
Middle school, 51s, they let their kids out for lunch. Why? Irresponsible.
Who knows?
It's actually insane to let any child out to the street.
Middle school.
Without any supervision.
Yeah,
They were just like, you guys go out for lunch.
Run amok.
And there was no perimeter. There was no boundary.
You can go home. Most sensible kids were just going home.
Yeah, if they were if you lived close to school, you were 100% going home.
Or far.
And that's why people lost their virginity in middle school.
Literally.
That's why things were stolen.
Yep.
Because whoever thought it was a good idea to...
We learned independence.
Great times, because it was a lot of fun.
Yes.
We got to steal. I got to be hurt. I got to hurt others.
Yeah.
Like, it was...
Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies.
You know what it was? It was like the 70s, but like a little bit controlled.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. And I'll tell you this, I feel like, not to be a corny old dude, but I think karma is real to some degree, some version of that, and I feel like I have felt every ass whooping from every misdeed I committed in middle school. I have felt it 20-fold. There was this one time, this corner store the Ox back in the day, who was so cool to me. I used to, after school, every single day, steal a couple of iced teas or Snapples. And then it got to the point where I was like, I was so cocky that I would steal more of them and hand them out to friends and shit like that. And one day I got caught with the Scooby-Doo where the homie was looking at me from across the aisle, and we were literally like going around the aisles, boom, and then I made it out. And then the next day, the Ock, cause he knew me, he was like, yo, I heard the homie was telling me you stealing from the store.
I love that you're calling him the Ock.
He was Ock, you know what I mean? The homie though. And he was like, yo, I heard the homie was telling me you were stealing from the... And I was like, no, come on, man.
How dare
me steal
you?
from you? And then he just let me rock.
Yeah, you're a Langdon out
I didn't steal again though.
Yeah, once you
and obviously now you know,
you're like, yeah,
and obviously now you know you steal from CVS, they lock everything up.
And there's consequences.
There's consequences. We're adults now.
It's just like how our generation complains about the boomers.
Correct.
The future generation is going to complain about us. They're like, everything is locked up.
That's why I don't have a kid.
You can't buy a house. Everything, you can't even buy anything. Everything's rent.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they're going to blame us about.
Yeah.
You can't buy anything. You got to rent stuff.
Thank you for letting us steal your time. We'll be back on the second half to do a little more of that.
Yeah, talking about Lupin. And welcome motherfucking back.
Say it. What's the name of the movie?
Lupin III, the Castle of...
Just go for it.
Cagliostro? Cagliostro?
It is now, my man. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was fun as hell, man.
No, it was also old. It's 1979.
Yeah.
It was old school art, and you appreciate old school art. Like recently, I don't know if you know who Laura Bailey is, but she's a famous... No, but she's a famous voice actress. She's done a bunch of shit, and she is a really good water painter. And I've started seeing some of her like water paint art. And
IG?
Yeah, on Instagram.
We'll tag her.
And you appreciate I felt like I was looking at like actual art. Like the way that I look at her water paintings, I'm like, yo, that's really like beautiful.
Right.
That's how I was looking at this film. Because it was just still shot after still shot after still shot, because everything's handwritten.
Painted.
Like it's original, right?
Painted. Mm-hmm.
And it was just beautiful to see. Like it's obviously not as dynamic as art is today, where everything is moving.
I'm happy you said that, because I want to push back a little bit to it. Obviously, you're right, but I'm more impressed with the older stuff. The same way I feel about Disney movies, and I know the homie could relate. There's a different amount of effort that's taken to make not only the how beautiful the paintings are, the motion. There's a scene in this movie. This is 1979.
Yep.
Where there's gears turning in a clock tower.
A lot of movement.
I mean, I know I'm stupid and I just don't know these things, but the idea of drawing frame by frame, the motion of gears that are turning in opposite directions, keeping the rate the same. These are things that you might take for granted, but like, the shit is ill, dude.
It takes a village. Unless
1979.
Unless it was one dude that just had
No
that
shot.
like job, or one team that had the job to like just create certain scenes. That's how it definitely was.
Sure.
But it's just the thing is, like, they put a lot more responsibility on artists back then. And now there's animators, there's like background, there's different sectors of the same type of art department that all put together, instead of just like a couple discrete amount of teams that were just working on certain things.
But here's another pro for the 70s, 80s, 90s. I didn't mention Ghost in the Shell earlier. I didn't mention anime movies, but Ghost in the Shell and Akira are the first two that I saw that were like,
you mentioned Metal Gear Solid
shit.
a lot.
An anime movie versus a show, you can control the quality all the way through.
Okay.
In other words, we watch a lot of anime. We both know there are episodes or seasons where you can see them slacking off a little bit. I remember when we watched Dragon Ball Super together as it was coming out. Pretty decent overall, but there were definitely some episodes early on where we were like, what the fuck? Remember when homie turned Super Saiyan 3 and he was just CG? Or some shit for a scene?
Yeah, I remember what you're talking
You don't get that with the movie. And you don't get that with the older animes as much. There's more of a consistency and quality of the art.
Consistency. Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
100%.
they're not farming it out to so many hands.
I 100% understand
So
what you're saying.
that's what but I will say this.
But you also see that, because this movie came out in 79.
79.
You also see that in the 90s and 2000 films.
Sure.
Where there's
there's
not that consistency anymore.
You're right.
Because now different types of animators are now involved.
You get a lot of CG shit in there because they get a little lazy. Or just a little thing. We know.
It might not even be laziness. It might just be the director. It just might
be a stylistic choice.
The screenwriter, like, or whoever's controlling, like, which team is in control of which part of the process.
I'll tell you just like this. Watch. I didn't mention, because these are later animes that I get into. Neon Genesis.
I saw the robots once you said it.
Phenomenal. Inuyasha. Consistent, old school type of animation that's a little later. Toonami. That I kind of rock with. Versus Dragon Ball Super. Versus, what was the newer Dragon Ball show that came out?
Dragon Ball?
Daigo?
I forgot.
Let's just spend a second being upset about the Dragon Ball Super stuff going on. You can lead the charge on this one. Tell them.
Look, I'm not going to be mad about it, but this is exactly the situation. We're old. That's what it is. We're old. When we got introduced to all of this art, it was targeted towards us. And now we have outgrown that demographic, but they're still targeting that same demographic. So there's a lot of choices that they end up making that we're just like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And it's because it doesn't make any sense towards us.
Sure.
And we're not the audience anymore. And that's a lot of the time what the issue is. That's what it is for Dragon Ball for me. That's what it is for Pokemon for me. That's what it is for a lot of animated things that I used to watch. It's just, they are not targeting the audience that they originally had. They're targeting the age that we were. And it's frustrating, it's annoying, but I understand.
The age thing you brought up is my particular experience with anime now, where if somebody says, do you like anime? I'll say, of course, and I'll give them examples, but I'm not watching any current anime right now the way you are.
Yeah, I'm watching current anime.
The older I've gotten, the less, and I think you're right, maybe it's just about how it's targeted, that I'm just not, I could see how you enjoy an anime and then I'll watch it and not feel the same way, and that's how it is. Like, it's literally...
Because we also have a little bit of a generational 100%, difference.
Yeah. Right, so there's that alone, and then there's the younger kids, the actual kids, who are watching the animes who are feeling one way or the other about it. I feel like that Chainsaw Man movie went crazy in movie theaters and stuff like that. What was the other movie that came out? The
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, where only the Chainsaw Man one would appeal to me. I have to check that out because I did like that show. But because I think the age thing, at least for me, the older I get, not because I am old and it's not for me, it's because over the years I've been less able to sit down and check out something I'm not totally into.
But you're more interested in adult animes like Chainsaw Man, like One Punch Man.
What's the one that I just saw?
Mob Psycho. You're interested in the anime that's actually targeted towards people who are closer to our age.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Then the ones that we grew up on, where it's kind of like outdated now. Like the fact that they're making the same arc of Dragon Ball Super for the third time is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that was
because you know what? It was they made a movie and then the show started and they were like, you know how we're gonna start this show with the movie, and I was pissed about it already.
You can hear
the fact that they're making now a third movie about that same arc that they told twice already, I'm floored.
Kick rocks. Miyazaki. What are some of the Miyazaki movies you like?
I think the first one that I ended up seeing was 100% Spirited Away. There's no way that was not the film that I saw. Yeah, it came out
in the late 90s, right? That makes sense.
100%.
Yeah.
That was the first one that I was introduced with, and I fell in love. But you know what's interesting enough? I really love Spirited Away. I have accessories and shit. Oh
yeah, you have the Ghost Homie somewhere, don't you?
Like I have accessories based on it because it's the one that I continued watching over and over and over and over again.
It's pretty good.
And I didn't expand until like way later.
Yeah. Well, you're not aware necessarily. I'm with you that I feel like he got on my radar from Spirited Away, and I only saw that movie the one time, and I was like, okay, this is fine. It wasn't until later where I saw Princess Mononoke that I was like, oh, this guy is cooking, dude.
No, yeah, that was beautiful.
Whoa. Kiki's Delivery Service I've seen. And then I saw this one too, and I was like, this is one that's not even in the Ghibli canon, because it's not a Ghibli movie. It's a Lupin movie. Lupin's a big property. Yeah. It's a 60s manga. It's a 70s anime. It has its own life, outside of Miyazaki. He just happened to be a young director, and they were like, well, you'll do this movie. But his signature tone is there. You see it. The movement, the flowers and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, just the giant landscapes. He loves drawing like a giant structure.
The sound of wind and shit like that. Birds, Funny too, is there's always so much fun, undeniable. You find yourself smiling or laughing at like shit, especially with Lupin, who's basically like Bugs Bunny or some shit like that. He's like a very...
No, this is cartoon. There was a scene where he was literally... There was two scenes. I'm gonna tell you these two scenes. There was a scene where he was doing some like covert ass shit, and he was falling in like water, and he was just swimming in place. He
swam back. There's a waterfall. He swims back up the waterfall. He tries at least.
It's so funny. Then there's another scene where he's falling through the air and swimming.
Yeah.
It's just Looney Tunes shit, and that. It's a comedy. It's comical. Yeah. It's so good.
His confidence is infectious. That's why I was saying the thing in the intro. He's got the Bugs Bunny cartoon. He's aware that the physics of his universe will protect him no matter what the fuck happens.
Yep.
He falls in the ditch. His hands are in his pocket. He's smiling, and you see him, and he's laid out. There's like spikes, like ready to kill his ass.
That was the biggest aura farming in the film.
#.
Where he just fell through the trap door. Just chilling.
Yeah.
Just chilling. The whole time, just like I knew this was gonna happen.
Pissing everybody off.
Yo.
And that's what I love. When you piss somebody off who's expecting that you're gonna fall in their trap door in their castle and land on spikes and die like Mortal Kombat, and then you don't.
He's the type of character that everybody likes and everybody hates.
True.
And
he's a stinker.
And it just somehow gets canceled. Like the liking somehow overcomes the disliking.
That's correct.
Like that's correct. That's how everybody feels about it.
I'm gonna watch more. I'm gonna get more into Lupin now that we've done this.
No, it was he's a fun character. He's fun. His like comrades. I don't know why I use that word.
Jingen, right?
Friends,
his homie.
Yeah. And Fuko. What's her name?
Figaro.
Fujiko.
Yes.
She all the characters.
Very fun.
All the characters were very fun, and all the characters were Batman.
Yes.
Why was everybody
utility belts on utility
Batman?
Belts?
Everybody's an engineer.
My man pulled a string out of his sleeve, and then he used his belt buckle to wind himself up or down in a given situation. Unreal. He's also running on walls, driving on walls. I mean, you know what you're dealing with here.
It's just like he gets powered up by the situation.
Yeah.
All of a sudden he's falling and he's just like, ah, and then he realizes something. Now he's running on the wall.
He skills it, yeah. Also, one last thing maybe we'll talk about is the homie's costume. The villain, the Count Cagliostro. What a crazy evil fit. At the end, he's getting married to his cousin, which is crazy. She's 19 actually, we know that. He's got the Black Klansman, he's got Kanye, Black Klansman hoods all over.
Yo, dude,
and he's got his fit, which I'll put up here.
When they brought out the all black KKK outfits,
yeah, very medieval, very Spain.
I was floored. I didn't expect that. I guess I should have been like told via the mustache that homie had. Like I should have known that his mustache. We were going that route.
It bears saying that that outfit is actually stolen from like Spain, like some other European. It's not associated with KKK during that time. They have no conception of that in Japan. That's why they have black characters with big red lips in the 90s.
I mean, yeah, but artistically, like it was made in '79. They might have been influenced by the war. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but I'm saying that outfit, especially black in different colors, is like some medieval shit. I think it's Spain. Like the homies had the red one in the Inquisition ship. But either way, very, very jarring. But I'm saying if we had to recast it again and do maybe this particular movie, The Castle of Cagliostro, as a live action, who would be some of the key guys? I don't even have an answer yet. Usually I have some people.
Who would be the number one?
Who would be Lupin, for starters?
Do we want him to be French? Do we care about his race at all?
I guess he should be half Japanese at least. He should at least be half Asian because Lupin is half Asian.
He should be Asian. Do we want him young or do we want him old?
Well, how old would you think Lupin is based on just seeing him?
In the movie, he looks young as fuck.
I would think like 28 to 32.
30s. I was thinking 30s.
30, maybe he's 30. Maybe he's around the
early
age.
30s.
Yeah.
Early 30s.
Because he looked old enough when he had first met the princess when she was 9.
Late 20s to early 30s.
Correct, yeah.
That's where he's at, right?
But mind you, any actor in the late 30s could play that age as well. So yeah.
He's lanky. He's at least 5'11".
I'm gonna throw something out there to get the ball rolling, and I don't even know him that well, but just maybe physically it makes sense. Paul Mescal?
You want Paul?
Not one. I'm floating it. Shave. Get the little sideburns.
I feel like he has the right head shape.
And the hair type is a little curly.
The head shape.
You get that nice and cropped.
The head shape is really, really good. He would be a good. He would be a good pick.
He's relevant, young. Again, we're actually making these, so we're not.
What about the homie? He's too old though, but they can make him young.
Who?
The homie from Squid Games, the main character.
Too old for sure, yeah.
Too old?
OD.
Too old?
Yes.
God damn. What about one of the what do you call it?
Oh, I did say Asian. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to go Asian. You went immediately.
My bad. No, yeah, you're totally right about that.
I'm trying to go Asian. I'm trying to think. What about Steven Yeun? Right?
Yeah, why not? You know why? Because he's good at funny and like likable. And also kind of, why the fuck? He's got a round head.
He got a round
almond
head.
shape. You can get that hair going easy.
And he's a big
product.
How was he in The Rip?
He was okay in The Rip. It's not his fault that the movie was not that interesting to me. He was okay in The Rip. He was really good in Beef.
That's
the reason I think, but that's a good choice. That's a good choice.
He's the voice of Invincible. He was great in Walking Dead.
I like it. What about his homie? That's got to be a full Japanese guy or full Asian guy.
From One Battle After Another.
Benicio del Toro?
Yes.
The Puerto Rican guy?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a little old.
You didn't think he gave that vibe?
Maybe Benicio, he's a little old, but definitely not Benicio, even though he's a Puerto Rican icon. He's just too old. We can't do it.
You can't do it?
This guy is close to his age. He's like mid-30s.
Right now, for the audience.
The guy who works for the mafia in Squid Games, who ends up being in a friend to the homie.
How do you feel about the redhead, the Count, being Jackie Chan?
You mother... You know who he could be? Vincent Cassel. You know who that is? The French actor?
No, I don't know who that is.
Why did that make you laugh so much then?
Because his name is funny.
It is a funny name? This guy, you know this. Yeah, dude, come on. He's a real one.
Okay,
look at that. He's married to Monica Bellucci, dude.
Is he?
Maybe we'll call it on that one. What would you score this movie?
So I enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm trying to think about, like, it's his first film. It is a property. I think, what's a good score for that? I think I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay, 7 out of 10. Clean 7 out of 10.
Clean 7 out of 10.
All
It's
right.
a good movie. You should watch this movie if you like anime.
100%. Please watch this movie, no matter what score I end up thinking about right now. I'm going to give this movie it's going to be in the 8s. I got to be honest with you. I really like this movie a lot. It's so fun to enjoy. I've seen a lot of Miyazaki's, and you don't always get that pacing. Sometimes they're a little slower, some of his movies.
This is an action movie.
It starts with action. There's action throughout. It's funny, it's fun, it's heartwarming. Any age of person can watch it and enjoy it, I think.
I think so. Yeah,
I'm going to give it an 8 flat. 8 flat.
8 flat.
8 flat.
It's a good movie.
8 out of 10.
Watch it, especially if you're a fan of Miyazaki and you've never seen his first film.
Yep.
And you've just seen kind of like the popular hits. This movie's a fun film. And the fact that it's a property kind of, I think, gives it more credibility.
Gravitas.
To be honest.
I agree. And I'm going to jump more into that, and not just because I'm obsessed with French culture. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have seen footage. You have seen us. You will tell your friends about us.